And good day, whatever time it is for you. I am thankful that you're here. I'm looking forward to spending some time with you. Welcome, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. I know this is a super weird time for me to be live. I've been going live on Mondays the past several months, and now we are shifting to Wednesdays. So we'll see what kind of turnout it is. It might just be you and I speaking this evening, and I am totally fine with that until the word gets out, which I have not broadcast it really. It's just been kind of a slow thing that I've been working on. Ben in the house. Yeah, Ben, it might just be me and you tonight. I really don't know what to expect. I did not schedule this ahead of time. I literally just whipped it together because I wanted to follow through with my promise that I made in the Discord meeting on Thursday to show up for y'all. So if it's just you and I, or me and the two people that are in here right now, so be it. I've got a couple things to talk about this evening. I want to know how y'all are doing. Ben, I got a little bit of an update from you. Body Illusion in the house. Hey, Body Illusion. Nice to see you, as always. I want to know, Ben, I don't want to over ask this question. Like, I don't want to, I want to be sensitive right now and thoughtful in the way I ask this. But I want to know if you've noticed any improvements in your mood lately. I have certainly noticed some improvements in my mood over the past couple of weeks. I don't know if it's because I've been super, super busy, and so I can't stop to think about anything else. But we're also working up to a full moon right now. Ben's not pregnant. Oh, I forgot that I can put Body Illusion. I've been kind of worried about you. Body Illusion, you are not alone. I've been kind of worried about myself. Am I doing too much? I had to scale back the YouTube live streaming. I needed a serious break because I was getting so busy. I started a new job. So I've been training. Oops, let me put my phone on silent. I've been training the past several weeks. We're rearing up. Yep, folks, we're rearing up. We are gearing up to open a daytime navigation center. We serve people experiencing homelessness and help them on their journey towards being housed. We are going to be offering mental health and medical health care support, in addition to case management services and harm reduction services. So I'm really looking forward to it. We open on June 25th. I just realized I didn't even introduce myself to y'all. What was I thinking? So my name is Tara. I am a certified Medi-Cal peer support specialist. Happy to announce that. I don't think I've announced it on this channel yet. I think the last time I went live, I hadn't passed my test yet, but I did pass my test. Maybe I've gone live once since then. It's been a while, folks, and I do apologize. I passed my test. I made it through, and I am now a certified Medi-Cal peer support specialist. This channel is all about supporting people in recovery from mental health and substance use recovery, conditions regarding those two things. So if that is you, you are welcome here. If that is not you, you are welcome here. I'm so glad you're here. Ben says, no, I'm not pregnant. I'm so glad you're not pregnant. I am also not pregnant for now. The rabbit didn't die. What did I miss? Ben says, glad you're taking care of yourself. Well, thank you so much, Ben. I appreciate that very much. I'm doing the best I can, which is why I needed to take a little hiatus from the YouTubes. Again, I'm going to be going live on Wednesdays moving forward at this time. We'll see how that's going to work. I don't think it's going to be conflicting with my work schedule. And it's not going to conflict with ketamine. That was the biggest thing, folks. Mondays, when I have treatment on Sundays, is tough for me to swing. Sometimes I was feeling ready for it by the 4 o'clock time slot, and sometimes I needed some more time to recover. So this Wednesday time slot is going to help me show up for you in a more consistent way. I like to be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Y'all know me. That's a lot on your plate, sure, draining, but I'm sure rewarding. It's been kind of like a whirlwind, Body Illusion. I've been enjoying every second of it. I really do find this work fulfilling. In addition to the one-on-ones, which I'll take some time to mention that too. I have started doing one-on-ones with people. For the moment, for the time being, am doing cash pay one-on-ones, but now that I am a certified Medi-Cal peer support specialist, I'll be able to start billing Medi-Cal within the next coming months. So if you or if anybody that you know has state insurance through the Medicaid program, I will be able to work with you free of charge. I'm so excited about that. And I haven't started billing yet. I'm going through the process of submitting applications but I could, if you wanted me to put you on a wait list, I could put you on a wait list. Feel free to email me at terasmiling@yahoo.com. I'm going to drop that link for you in the chat. Body Illusion says, yes, congratulations. Thank you so much. It has been a long time coming. I graduated from the peer support specialist training back in August of last year. I was on scholarship. And so in order to have the test paid for, I had to participate in 3 months of ongoing support training after I graduated in order to have my test paid for. So at the end of that 3 months, life was happening. I wasn't ready to take it. It wasn't a good time. And then a few months passed by. It was the holidays, or it was the holidays. That's what the life was. It was the holidays. And then I moved in February and had that gnarly tooth infection, if y'all remember. So I wasn't able to take the test at that time either. So it has been a long time coming. I'm so glad it's over. Tony is in the house. Hey, Tony, nice to see you. Ben, mood is, okay, so Ben answers the question. Ben says, mood is, not too bad. Quitting nicotine altogether, it's been having some effects, worsening on my ADHD. Okay, well, not too bad is not too bad. I'm happy to hear that you're not too bad. Quitting nicotine, I personally haven't quit nicotine. I still chew the gum, and I am okay with that. My insurance pays for my nicotine gum now. I have quit cigarettes several times, truth be told. And I'm happy. I feel like I'm a better, more healthy person for it. But yeah, nicotine, I would imagine, wouldn't be too fun, especially if you're noticing a difference in your ADHD. I am wondering, Ben, didn't you say that you were only going to quit for a period of time and then you were going to incorporate it back in? What was that period of time? Me neither, says Tony. I'm wondering what this was with respect to. I'm a little rusty, folks. It's been a few weeks since I've been on here. Pregnancy test used to do something with rabbits. This is perplexing to me. What did they do to rabbits? Rabbits didn't die is a reference. Rabbit didn't die is a reference to being pregnant. Oh, I am not pregnant. Definitely not, folks. Body Illusion, sorry that you're going through this. Can I help? Body Illusion, you are so sweet. You are such a thoughtful person. I always love seeing you in the chat. And yeah, Ben, this I want to echo what Body Illusion is saying right now. If there's anything that we can do to support you right now, we are here for you. Body Illusion says, Tony, thank you for helping with the clarification. It's just a little too old stool. For Artera. I love that typo. That might be the best typo I've ever seen in my life, Body Illusion. I'm pretty sure that what Body Illusion meant was too old school for Artera, and that might be true. Drew is in the house. Hey, Drew, nice to see you. Drew says, good afternoon, Tara. Great to see you again. It is great to be here, Drew. It is truly an honor to be here. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome in, welcome in. I've been busy, Drew. How are you doing? Update. I don't know if you were here when I was talking about it, Drew. I passed my peer support specialist Medi-Cal exam. So I am now certified as a Medi-Cal peer support specialist, which is very exciting. It's been a long time coming. I've got a story for you folks. So I want to know, speaking on topic here, the topic is when life hands you lemons. I want to know, have you been handed any lemons recently, because I can think of several stories where I've been handed lemons, and I'm going to tell you about two of those. I just thought of another one. Okay, so I'm going to tell you the story here. And I want to talk a little bit about what I do when life hands me lemons. Spoiler alert, one of those things has to do with meditation. That has helped me so much through this whole lemon process. Drew is great. He's busy with gardening. Very cool, Drew. What are your favorite things to garden? Ben, nobody's supposed to know about that. We deleted it, remember? Ben says, I don't know. I love farting was good. It wasn't a typo, Ben. That was not a typo. I meant to type that because Spank said specifically in his stream that he loves farting around with us. And so I said, I love farting. And nobody understood. Like, nobody noticed why. Like, nobody got the joke. And so it just looked like I randomly typed, I love farting into the chat for those of you that weren't there. But it was a play on words based on what the lifeboat was talking about. As was mine, butt porn in place of fear porn is a pretty big typo. Mom, I want to give a shout out to you if you're listening to this, Mom. I love you very much. Everybody says hello. I'm proud of you, Tara. Thank you, Drew. Thank you very much. So tell me, what do y'all do when life hands you lemons? I got a story for you. Do y'all want to hear a story? I'm going to tell you a story. Earlier this week, actually it was the end of last week, I was trying to get on the internet and search for something on Amazon. I think it was a popcorn popper. I'm in the market for a popcorn popper, which I'm happy to report I actually popped popcorn for the first time last week with just a pot and a lid. Who knew that you could make popcorn with just a pot and a lid? Maybe I'm just not old school enough. I mean, old school, of course. But I figured out how to make popcorn with just a pot and some oil and a lid. But I was looking at an air popper and I couldn't connect to the internet. I had no signal. I was like, what the heck is going on? So I went to my router and aunt. It's called an aunt because I have Frontier. It's a fiber cable connection. I unplugged it, plugged it back in, still didn't work. So I unplugged it, I plugged it back in, still didn't work. So what's a girl to do? I tried to troubleshoot it just online. Could not troubleshoot it online. Didn't have the tools. Well, I had the tools, but it wasn't working. They told me I had to go and reset my aunt. They showed this picture of the thing that's outside, and I live on the second floor. So this thing they told me to reboot is underneath my window on the second floor. I couldn't reach it. I don't have a ladder that reaches that high. I have a step stool. So I called, or I actually got online and used the online chat tool, and they told me to go reset my aunt. I said, I can't reach it. It's outside. And so they tried to remote boot it. It didn't work. They said they were getting an error message that there was damage to my equipment. And like, I didn't touch it. This is what happened. This is an important part of the story I left out, is that the power went out at my house for about 3 minutes. And then the internet never came back on. The internet just went out with it. And so here I am trying to troubleshoot. They're trying to reboot my system remotely. That's not working. So they scheduled an appointment for a tech to come out and see it. Well, this was like Thursday or Friday of last week. I can't remember which one it was. They scheduled someone to come out on Wednesday, this morning. I'm like, you're telling me I got to wait for 5 days to get internet, or 4 days, or however long it was? And so Anne Marie is in the house. Long time no see, friend. How are you? Anne Marie, it is so nice to see you. Are you moved by now? I'm going to finish the story, y'all, I promise. But I just see Anne Marie just stepped in. I had to say hello to you, Anne Marie. So nice to see you. Ben, wow, used to do that a lot. I have so many jokes in my head, Ben. What are you talking about specifically? I need to stay up on the comments better. Oh, okay. My cancer test that was positive. Turns out it's just my liver generating a false positive, which is such good news. I'm so happy to hear that, Ben. False positives are so scary. So scary. I would be so sad if you had a diagnosis like that, but I'm happy that you're feeling better, and obviously that it was a false positive. Body illusion. It's a little old stool for it's a little old stool for you. Yeah, exactly. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. In a pot or Jiffy Pop? That was it, right? Yeah, not Jiffy Pop. Not Jiffy Pop. It wasn't Jiffy Pop. If it was Jiffy Pop, I mean, that would be legit. That'd still be cool. I'm down with Jiffy Pop. But it was a pot, a stainless steel pot that I've actually used to cook on a campfire before. I unscrewed the handle and then just put the pot right on the fire. So it's got a bunch of soot on the bottom of the pot, and it kind of smelled like a fire in my house. My neighbors probably thought I was burning the place down. But once I popped the popcorn and took the pot off the fire, the smell of smoke went away and it just smelled like popcorn, and it turned out pretty well. It was a little more well done than an air popper would make it, but I didn't burn any of it using the technique that I used. Used to just get popcorn in a jar and pop that in the microwave, Ben. I don't have a microwave, so that's a challenge that I have. I had to use my gas stove. Anne Marie is not moved, just in the middle of life. Me too, sister. You and me both. The move will happen probably around November. I've had false positive test results once. Yikes. Still breaks me out in a sweat. False positives, I think, would break anybody out in a sweat. I wonder if I had a false positive COVID test one time because I was asymptomatic. No way to prove it. Ben says no using pot. Yes, I do not have permission to use pot for my nurse practitioner, nor do I know that I will ever want to. But I did use a pot to pop the popcorn. Ben, just have to keep moving the pot from time to time. Yeah, exactly. You gotta like shake the pot to move the kernels around. Exactly. If you are just joining us, welcome in. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Tara. I am a certified Medi-Cal peer support specialist. Happy to be serving you. I serve people who are in recovery from mental health conditions and substance use conditions. So again, if you heard me say this already, I do apologize. I'm here to serve you. If you fall into that category, you are in the right place. If you don't fall into that category, I'm still glad you're here. I'm stoked. Also, I was in the middle of a story. So let me get back to this story. Okay. So they schedule an appointment. Teresa Baldassari in the house. Teresa, hi, nice to see you too. Welcome in, friend. So I was just telling a story. I'll give you the Cliff Notes version really quick. Yeah, I used to do that in college while watching Garfield and Friends. Okay. Pop in the pot. I mean, pop in the popcorn. Pop in the pot. Oh, what have we come to? Okay, so the Cliff Notes version of my story, in case you're just joining, is that my internet wasn't working. If you want the details, you can always go back and watch it. My internet wasn't working. So I had to schedule an appointment to have a tech come out and look at it because I couldn't get the system where I kept unplugging and plugging in. Wouldn't work. So the appointment was scheduled for 4 or 5 days later. I was like, I'm not going to have, I'm paying for internet for the next 5 days, but I'm not going to have internet for the next 5 days. Why? And so I asked for a discount nicely, as nicely and, politely as I possibly could. And what did they do? They threw lemons at me and it hurt. I still have bruises. How did they throw lemons at me? Okay. They try to upsell me. Have you ever had that happen before where you ask for a discount and then they try to upsell you? They're like, sure, we can offer you 3 months of boosted Wi-Fi. After 3 months, it's only $9.99. I'm like, did you read what I just asked for? Because I asked for a discount. I said, no, thank you. And then they came back and tried to upsell me again. And this pissed me off. Excuse my French. It really flustered me. I got really frustrated that they were trying to upsell me after I asked for a discount for not having service for 5 days. So I said, no, thank you, but I would like a discount for the inconvenience. Or I said, that's not what I said. I said, no, thank you. I'm not going to upgrade until my service is restored, and I would like a discount for the inconvenience. They tried to upsell me again. They threw more lemons at me. And it really pissed me off even more. I could not believe it. I couldn't believe that they continue to push. Has this ever happened to you? A friend of mine told me it's a sales tactic. What kind of sales tactic is that? Has anybody tried to do this to you? How did you respond? How did you feel? Tell me about it. Tell me I'm not alone. Please. So I said again, no, thank you. I would like a discount for the inconvenience. What do you think happened? Anybody want to take a stab at it? A wild guess. Did I get the discount or did I not get the discount? FYI. Zaphod Beeblebrock, so nice to see you in the house. They tried to upsell you something that wasn't working. Yeah, that's just plain old crazy talk. Thank you, Zaphod, the voice of reason in here. Yeah, something wasn't working. I asked for a discount. They tried to upsell me multiple times. Who does that? Who does that? Does that ever work? That's what I want to know. Tony says all the time, but I hold to my guns and I make them give me a discount for the month. Of course, I insist nicely. I also call them and don't deal with them through email. It probably would have been a good idea to talk with somebody on the phone. I think had I been on the phone though, Tony, I might have thrown the phone across I mean, not really. I've never thrown the phone across the room, but I would have wanted my tone. I don't think would have been as nice as my text, typing on the keyboard. So it's probably a good thing that we were just typing back and forth. Teresa, it did happen. I said I'd like a credit to my account or I will find another provider. You go, girl. That's it. That's right. Those kind of sales tactics absolutely make me mad. You better have gotten the discount. That was Anne-Marie Bliss. It's so nice to see you, Anne-Marie. I feel like it's been ages. FYI, if you use the word concession for not having services, okay, concession. Okay, I'm going to write that down. Concession. I'm going to keep that in my back pocket. Body illusion. Concession. Zaphod Beeblebrox, if I'm the voice of reason, we are in a lot of trouble. Beeblebrox, I think your voice of reason is valid, and I appreciate you. Ben, I finally got to the point where the cable company I deal with, I just hang up when they do that. I really wanted to throw a red flag at their face, but I kept it together. I asked multiple times for the discount. I did not know to use the word concession. That's a good tidbit. Okay, so let's get to the results here. What happened? They did give me a discount. And I'm so thankful. I only pay 25 bucks a month, which I think is a smoking hot deal on my internet service. They gave me a $20 discount. So that's almost my entire month for free. So I wasn't angry about it. I was fine with that. That's all right. That's some lemonade for you. Like, they're throwing lemons at me. I did get real upset about it, but then, okay, here comes the lemonade. I get a $20 discount. So I'm fine with that. So what do I do? Okay, I should get an award for this. I unplugged the system. I think intending to plug it back in to see if it worked, but I never plugged it back in. So the tech comes out today, and I'm like, I walk him back to my room where I have the setup, and I go, here it is, and it's not plugged in. And I was like, oh, that's embarrassing. I knew that it wasn't working. I had tried to unplug it and plug it back in, unplug it and plug it in. And they were trying to do it remotely, and it wouldn't work. It was plugged in for that. So I'm like, oh, I'll plug it in right now. And so we sit there, we're waiting for it to go through its thing. And lo and behold, it was working. Yeah. Yep. So I was like pretty embarrassed. I apologized profusely. He laughed. He thought it was funny. He's like, I'm just gonna sit and wait to make sure it goes through the whole thing. And I'm like, all right, that's cool with me. That is awesome. Yeah, $20 discount. I'll take that. I know unplugged happened to me once. Yes. So it wasn't unplugged when I was trying to troubleshoot with them. It was plugged in. But after I got off the phone with them, I unplugged it. I think partly to just save power, and partly because I was like, well, it's not working. I'm just gonna unplug it. I never thought to plug it in again. So it was unplugged when the tech comes. Then we plug it in and it's working. I felt so bad. I felt so embarrassed. I was like, I am so sorry that you had to come all the way out here for this. And he was laughing. He was like, no, this is great. If I had 10 jobs like this today, it would be a great day. So that was embarrassing, but I still get a $20 discount, and it really wasn't working. Beeble Brox, now that just made my day. Too funny. Okay, and to be clear, it was plugged in and was not working when I was on the phone with, or on the texting with the internet company. Body illusion, that's what he said. He said made his day easy. He got lemonade out of it too. Yeah, he was fine with it. He was very pleasant personality. There was some good back and forth there. It was a nice conversation. So I don't know. My friend said that it might come back on Monday. So perhaps he was right about that. And that it just, I don't know when it was restored because it was unplugged since the event. Tony pays $125 a month just for internet. There is no way I could swing that. We would not be having this conversation right now if I paid $125 a month for internet. There's no way. What service do you have, Tony? What does everybody else pay for internet? Can I poll you all right now? Tell me what you pay for internet. I don't want cable, says Tony. I don't want cable either. I don't have cable myself. I don't need it because I have internet. Techs usually are the nice ones. So yeah, the tech was super nice. He was probably the nicest tech I've ever encountered. So that was a positive experience. There's some more lemonade for you. That's like me, Tony, says Ben. Ben's internet is $100. Oh my goodness. I hope that my internet does, because I know after the first year, they said there's a chance that they might increase it. I hope they don't increase it to 100. I'm not going to be able to swing that. I'll be going back to Cox. Nope. Not going to happen. All right. So I told y'all that I was going to offer some coping mechanisms. I'm going to offer you my top 2 coping mechanisms for when life is handing me lemons. AKA when life is stressing me out. I've got some stressors that I'm undergoing right now. Hopefully they're short-lived. I I'm not going to go into it here because I don't know who's going to see this and I don't want to disrespect anybody. So um, we'll just say that in general, I'm experiencing some stressors in life. And I know that they're temporary. I know that nobody is maliciously trying to make my life challenging at all. Uh, Sometimes things get overlooked. Sometimes people make mistakes. And I understand that. I am not perfect. I make mistakes too. I'm human. So when life hands me lemons and I get super stressed out because things are happening that are out of my control, my go to, like I already mentioned, I'm going to mention it again here. My go to is meditation. What's your go to? I want to know what y'all do when you're stressed out. Please tell me what you do when you're stressed out. Meditation is my number one hack. I do it a couple times per day. I've actually recently upped my time. I was doing it for 15, 16 minutes for a period of time. I've been doing it a couple times per day, once for about 20 minutes and once for about 15 minutes lately. And I like that combination. It centers me, it clears my mind as best as I can, or as best as it can, at least calms it down so that then I can focus on self-soothing and self-care and moving on and taking care of Vicky. I meant to show y'all Vicky earlier. Here's Vicky. It's been a little while since y'all have seen her. So I told Ben earlier in Carol's stream that Vicky was getting nice and big. So I actually have 2 of these jars made up right now. So this Vicky is living in 2 jars. I made so much of it that I have 2 jars. She's so pretty. I love you, Vicky. I'm making cookies tonight and some flatbread with everything seasoning on it. It's going to be bomb. Drew got a phone call. I'm so nice that people are calling you, Drew. I hope it was a good phone call. I should clarify before I'm like, yeah, if it was a telemarketer or something, I wouldn't be glad about that. Most texts I deal with are really nice, says Tony. Body Illusions internet is $90. How did I get such a smoking deal on my internet? I hope they don't jack it up that high after the year. Socket is Tony's internet. Never heard of Socket. Vegetable gardens and flower gardens. Ooh, you know I love flowers, Drew. That was my jam on Instagram. I really enjoyed shooting flowers and nature, which is probably really, it's a common thing to shoot nature and flowers, but I really enjoyed doing it. Beeblebrox, 40 for internet. Okay, that's better. No cable, me either. Using a long distance antenna for TV. Okay. Get all kinds of channels, even the NASA channel. I live in the middle of nowhere. You sound very handy, Beeblebrox. You want to come wire my place? Body illusion, hummingbird breathing. Learned from my therapist. Hummingbird breathing, writing. Body illusion, I'm learning all kinds of things from you. I'm writing this down too. Hummingbird breathing. I've never heard of this before. Hummingbird breathing. I'm also writing your username because if I don't, I won't remember who to report to. If and when I get to it. Ben used to play drums. You do play drums. I've seen you twirling around your drumsticks, Ben. I know to meditate, but I do deep breathing and try some math problems to get my prefrontal cortex engaged. That is something I have never heard before, Ben. I really like that. Deep breathing and some math problems. You don't even like math. Does it have to be something that you don't typically enjoy, or is there something about math in particular that engages the prefrontal cortex? What other types of things would do that, Ben? Balliot brand in the house. Hey, Balliot. says, do you still use ketamine? I had to quit after it. I remember you went into recovery, Balliet. I'm so proud of you for that. I had to quit after it caused some mental health issues from using it too much. It was great while it lasted. Now I've been sober from it for 110 days. Cheers. That's so exciting, Balliet. So to answer your question, I do receive ketamine treatment from my nurse practitioner. It's supervised and prescribed. I've actually been lowering my doses as of lately. I probably need to do an update video on this, but yeah, I have been taking it successfully. I do appreciate that you are in recovery from it. It's not for everybody, and it affects some people, differently. And so I am so proud of you for recognizing that you could benefit from stopping using it. And 110 days is amazing. I'm so, so proud of you. Cheers to you as well. And thanks for stopping in. I have wondered about you several times. And I'm so glad to hear that you're doing well and sober for 110. That's wonderful. I'm going to give you a trophy, Balliet. Oh, I have to open YouTube to get the trophy. Bear with me while I get Balliet's trophy. Oh, you know what? Somebody sent me something. Please hold. I have to shift the camera here for a second. Please hold just for a second. So I don't want to throw this person under the bus in the event that they want to keep their identity private, but this is for you, Balliet Brand. You're actually the first person that I will have used this on. I was sent an Oscar. His name is Oscar. It's a trophy for when people have celebrations. So his name is Oscar. This is for you, Balliet Brand, for your 110 days sober from ketamine. And Vicky also wants to congratulate you. So a big warm congratulations from Vicky and Oscar. If anybody else has something they want to celebrate, Oscar is now the man who's going to help me to celebrate you. And if you're the one who sent this to me, thank you so much. I love it. Balliet was the first person that I have congratulated with Oscar. I love Oscar. I'm so happy to have received him. But it's not about me. Balliet, I'm really proud of you. Body Illusion. Oh yeah, Terry, I sent you a video on the history of sourdough bread. I did not see that come through, Body Illusion. How did you, truth be told, I have fallen behind on my emails the past couple of weeks. I do apologize. I'm working my way through them slowly. Body Illusion, where did you send it to? I'll make sure to look out for it. I didn't see that come through. Teresa, I'm a Reiki practitioner, hypnotist, meditation educator, and grief educator. I use moving meditation and guided meditation. Teresa, I'm so glad that you're here right now. You sound like my kind of woman. I'm wondering where we can find more about you. Do you have a channel or a website or something like that? I would be happy to plug it. Correct. Math is of the devil. Correct. Yeah, Ben's not. I knew it. I knew I was right about that. Ben's not a fan of the mathematics. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing. Thank you, Balliet Brand. Again, I'm very proud of you. Beeble Brox, this might be a little off topic. I haven't had a using dream in 2 years, maybe more, and just had one last night. Kind of shook me up. You know what, Beeble Brox? I have using dreams periodically. And I like to notice what's going on. It seems as I progress through my recovery, the using dreams change. So in the beginning of recovery, it was always that I was about to drink or about to get high, and I stopped. Or not that I stopped. I would always wake up right before taking the drink or right before. So I never got to the point of enjoying, the buzz during my dream. Now, when I have using dreams, which I still have them, it's super normal, very, very common. Now, when I have using dreams, it tends to be like offered to me, and I'm not sure, or I don't know what to say, and then I wake up. So it's shifted for me. It's not, I haven't got to the point where I'm like, no, bro, I'm cool. I would like to get to that point. But right now, my using dreams are not that I'm about to use, but that I've been offered something. But then I never get to respond. I wake up before that happens. Balliet Brand, you are so very welcome. I'm curious if anybody else has using dreams. How often? What do they look like for you? Oh, wow, I need to go home. Are you still at work, Ben? You're probably driving now. It's been so long, says Beetlebrox. It surprised me more than anything. They can be scary. They are very jarring, especially, I would imagine, I don't have them as often as I used to, personally. I agree, though. They are jarring, a little scary, especially before you realize, like what was happening, Beetlebrox. Let me go back to your last message and see if you answered this. I don't think, where are you at, Beetlebrox? Might be a little off topic. What happened in your dream, Beetlebrox? Do you feel comfortable sharing the context of the dream? Yeah, congrats, Balliet Brand. 110. This is Oscar, by the way, if you're just joining, Mr. Oscar. All right, folks. In a few minutes, I'm going to open it up to anybody in the room who wants to come up and have a conversation. Again, if you're just joining, my name is Tara. I am a certified Medi-Cal peer support specialist, and I support people in recovery from substance misuse and mental health conditions. I do not require sobriety. You're in a safe place here, wherever you're at in your recovery journey, you are welcome here. If you're not in recovery of any kind, you're also welcome here. I'm so glad that you're here. Balliet Brand says, body illusion, thanks. I quit ketamine, kratom, MDMA, and shrooms at the same time. Have never felt better being sober from all of them. That's so great, Balliet. Balliet, do you want to, can I ask you a question about your recovery? And while I wait on Balliet to respond or choose not to respond, whatever you do desire, I want to talk about a different coping mechanism that I haven't mentioned yet. It's similar to meditation, but from my perspective, it's different. And I'll get to that in a second, because Balliet says, of course, Tara. Okay. And Body Illusion says, that's a lot of change in your life. Be proud of yourself. 100%. 100%. Balliet, we're proud of you. A lot of people are rooting for you here. So Balliet, my question is, at what point did you realize that these substances weren't good for you? Were you receiving ketamine treatment? Were you doing it recreationally? That's a question I've had about your substance use for quite some time. Especially from the perspective of getting it in clinic from a medical care provider. I was really curious when I heard that you went into recovery from ketamine. as to whether you were doing it recreationally, and in if I can ask, what quantities, what dosage were you taking? Or was it just like a party drug? You kind of just did whatever was available? Or were you receiving treatment? I'm very curious about that, because obviously I was concerned myself before I started doing ketamine treatment that it was going to compromise my recovery. And some people think that it has, and I respect that perspective. Personally, it has helped my depression and PTSD so much that it's been a life changer for me. I also use it as prescribed. We've been lowering my dosage the past few weeks. We're sort of tapering me off. So the plan is to eventually come off of ketamine. I can't have children and be pregnant and be receiving ketamine treatment. You have to completely abstain and come off of it in order to carry. And I would like to have a family someday with the right person. So I have to think about those types of things, but it's been a natural progression for me to taper and lower my dosage. So I'm excited about that. I want to be sensitive, though, to your recovery, Balliet, of course. And so I want you to know that I support your recovery from these substances. My nurse practitioner has talked to me about psilocybin treatment as well. So I have the same question about how you were using psilocybin, or if you were using psilocybin or different strains. I was doing the ketamine recreationally. I should have done it through treatment instead of trying to self-medicate and treat my PTSD by myself. I was doing 200 to 400 milligrams per time I'd use it. Okay. So I think you're talking about troches, like the sublingual form. I do that at home in between in-clinic treatments. It's prescribed. And I just lowered my dosage to 200 as well. I think I'm taking 100 milligrams this week at home to see how I like that. I was taking 400 at one point. That was too much for me. I need a drink of water. Bear with me. Balliet, I tried to self-medicate for so long with marijuana. And I have a friend who uses medicinal marijuana very successfully. For pain, it works really well. Not that it's for everybody. Some people decide that there are more cons than pros to using it. I personally, thank God, don't struggle with pain. And so it's not something that my nurse practitioner wants me to be using right now. It would conflict with the other medications that I take. But I support people in recovery who are using medical marijuana. I support the model that if it's prescribed and used as prescribed, and if it's working, I support that. The self-medication route, I think, is a slippery slope. At least it was for me. If you're self-medicating right now, you have my support. It's your recovery. It's your choice to make. I personally could not self-medicate responsibly. And I think that's what I hear Balliet Brand talking about when he says, I was doing it recreationally, trying to self-medicate. I so relate to that, Balliet Brand. You are not alone. And I'm so proud of you. I'm going to throw Oscar up again. I can't get enough of this, man. I'm so proud of you for realizing that that wasn't a path that you wanted to continue. Beeblebrox. I've used just about everything at one point or another in my life. This dream was meth, very vivid. Took me about 2 minutes to realize it was a dream when I woke up. Wow, that would be scary. That would be really scary. 2 minutes is a long time, also, Beeblebrox, to realize that you hadn't just used an illicit drug. I don't know that it's ever taken me 2 full minutes to realize, but it's taken me a few hot minutes, like seconds, hot seconds, to realize that I was dreaming, but it still throws me off for the day or two. jarring, I think is a good word, when I have a using dream for sure. I do home ketamine. Yep, me too, Anne Marie. 50 milligrams twice a week. Okay, I treat once a week. I've thought about treating twice a week, but I don't think that I need it. I think once a week is okay for me. I think it stopped having quite the same effect. Yeah, me too. I don't get the psychedelic type of experience anymore. It's more like a meditation for me. And I'm really enjoying lowering my dosage. I actually think less is more these days. I'm more productive afterward. I have a more enjoyable evening. I'm still tired the next day and have to recover, but it seems like the recovery is faster and easier to manage at lower doses, which makes sense. Plus, ketamine has a compounding effect, so the longer you use it, the more it builds up in your system. So my hypothesis, I've not confirmed this with anybody or heard anybody talk about this, but my hypothesis is that as the ketamine builds up and that compounding effect takes place, that the recovery time gets longer because of that, the effect of the compounding effect. So now that I'm tapering and lowering my dose, the recovery time is decreasing again. Beeblebrox. Oh, you know what? I meant to invite anybody who wants to come on to have a chat with the last few minutes of this stream. So I just posted a link in the chat. If you want to come up and talk about anything, it can be recovery related. It can be about the weather. You need support about something. You got a problem. You got something you want to celebrate. Feel free. Ben's back. Welcome back, Ben. Nice to see you always. I'm glad you drove safe. You want to talk about anything at all, feel free to click on that link, come up and I'll bring you up. So Beeblebrox, I was in deep sleep, worked 14 hours the day before. So I was out like a light when I got home the night before. So it took a bit to fully wake up. Okay. I appreciate you sharing your story with us, Beeblebrox. I love that you brought up using dreams. I'm actually going to make a note of this. I might take I might use this topic to create a show, because I feel like using dreams is so common, but it is terrifying, especially if you're not aware that it's a thing, and if it's not talked about around you. Like I was talking about it in meetings in early recovery, and thank God I did, because it helped me understand that other people go through it and that it's normal. So using dreams might be a show topic. Thanks for that, Beeblebrox. I've never had a psychedelic experience, but it's been helpful for sure. I can't quite explain really how it's helped. Okay, Anne-Marie. When I first started ketamine treatment, it was psychedelic for me, but now I've built up a tolerance to it, and I don't have the psychedelic experience anymore, which is fine by me. That's not the point, is not to have a psychedelic experience. For me, it's the therapeutic benefit that I get throughout the week makes it so worth it for me. I don't like the recovery time. All right, we've got Tony in the house. Let me see. Hey, Tony, nice to see you. Oh, I cannot hear you. You are muted. Let me see if I couldn't unmute your guest because,
there.
There we go.
Sorry, I muted myself because I had to change from my phone mic to my earbud.
That's okay. I'm so glad you made it and that your equipment is working properly.
Yeah, it works good. So I'm in my kitchen. That's why you have a little bit of a change of scenery behind me.
Okay.
I'm just keeping on grandson because he's laying on the table and he's wiggles a lot now, so don't want him to fall off the table.
Right on. Thanks for keeping him safe.
Always.
I'm glad you're keeping him safe. Ben, who said anything about me driving safe?
Um,
So tell me what's going on with you, Tony.
so your topic about the dreams, like using dreams,
Yeah.
along with using dreams, um, those of us that have um, bipolar disorders and stuff like that, we don't have the using dreams, but we'll have dreams that will throw us back to times or into like a dream that might trigger us within our dream and it'll wake us up. You'll at first you're not sure if it's a dream or not when you first wake up. You're thinking that this situation that you had in the dream actually happened. And I've suffered those myself, so I'm down for one on dreams.
Right on. Yeah, I think it can be so jarring. Like I keep using that word, but
It is.
especially if you don't know that they're a thing.
Yeah.
Teresa, hi, welcome in. How are you?
How are you?
I am doing really well, thank you. And I want to shout out Mayonnaise Entertainment. Mayonnaise Entertainment, it's so nice to see you. So Teresa, tell me
Yes.
what's going on with you?
So I have my baby, one of my babies with me. He's wiggle butts and there's a thunderstorm, so he's afraid. So you've been talking again about things that people can do to regroup, calm themselves, center themselves. And I have been practicing a moving meditation to help me breathe, to help me relax a little bit before I go into meditation, because I have a squirrel brain, right? It's like, or a shiny penny brain, ooh, I got to go grocery shopping. Ooh, I forgot to do the laundry. Ooh,
Right.
I didn't take the dog, and it's like, okay.
Gotta feed Vicky. Yeah, gotta feed Vicky. Yes.
So it's, so the moving meditation, and I'm happy at some point in the future to talk to you, and maybe we could do something to show the audience how they could do a little moving meditation. And then, what I have done, I'm a rape survivor. So what I use guided meditations rather than just quiet meditations, because this doesn't quiet. And I have a habit of going back to my trauma, and I'm a very angry girl sometimes.
Oh, no.
So the guided meditation brings me someplace, and I incorporate my Reiki and I incorporate some hypnosis. And before anybody freaks out, it's not, stand on your head kind of hypnosis and whistle Dixie or something. It's really about teaching your brain to repeat the phrases that work for you. So, I'm safe. I'm in my safe home. I'm in my safe space. And that repetition of a phrase can help quiet you, so that when you do go into your meditative state, you're more receptive to whatever the earth brings you, whatever Mother Goddess brings you, whatever God brings you. So that's all I really wanted to say is, I'm still a work in progress myself. Through some traumas and some grief, I don't know even what you call it. So I died, and it took 15 minutes to resuscitate me. So I have a different perspective on life and death. And there's a peace and a quiet that helps, but I still work on my recovery. Go ahead. I work on my recovery of health as well as my mental being. And I feel really called to share this with whomever. And so if it's something you ever want to talk about, I'm happy to, I really just want to say, if you ever want to talk about it and how I can also help or bring something, I am not looking for money. So I'm looking for love. I'm looking for life. I'm looking for health. I'm looking for peace. I'm looking for, blessings for people. So if that's something that anybody jams with, and even separate from this, I did put my Facebook page up. I'm on disability, so I had to shut down my my website, but you can find me on Facebook, and I'm happy to share my cell. I'm based in Massachusetts.
Okay, what I think YouTube, I didn't see your comment about your Facebook come through because YouTube doesn't let people, unless they're admins, post. So it'll look like it posted to the person who posted it, but I can put it if you want it to be public. Sure. I'd be happy to put it. Okay, what's your Facebook?
So it's Serenity Within Reiki Healing.
Okay.
And it should pop up in Facebook. I have not been as active lately through Facebook, just because I was doing some inner work. And but I still have lots of people that follow me and reach out to me privately. So happy to, I'm not an expert in other addictions, but I got my own, sister. So, I have a list, but mainly because of my health, I'm limited in any medicinal solutions. So I have to find other solutions, and Reiki is one of those things that has worked for me. It doesn't have to work for everybody, but it's just a form of relaxation, in case anyone doesn't know what Reiki is. So it's just a joke. It's a, so yeah, anyway.
I think Ben must be so psyched to see you here, because Ben is very into hypnosis as well.
Oh, great.
Ben tries to hypnotize me sometimes without me. He is very well meaning, and I trust that he's being responsible with it. But I'm sure I would love, I think it would be really neat to do a show on hypnosis sometime.
Sure.
Does that interest you?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely.
I wonder if Ben would want to join us for that, because he knows a good bit about hypnosis as well.
Reiki would be a really good one too, I would think, because I've done Reiki 1, so I know Reiki. I know how to do Reiki.
I can teach. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Wow,
that is
so
awesome.
Cool.
My high priestess that teaches my class, she's the one that took me through Reiki 1. When I'm ready, she'll take me through Reiki 2.
Great. That's so cool. Artem's in the house. I want to shout out Proudly Ignorant, that AKA Artem. Nice to see you, Artem. I think we are coming up to the end. Well, we've already passed the end of our slot here, and I want to be respectful of other shows that go on at 5:00. Lifeboat normally does. I want to plug them, but I know Spanx is out of town right now on his spirit journey.
I know.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But so I guess we don't have to rush out of here, but I think, Teresa, it would be great to maybe, Ben, are you interested in coming on as a guest with Teresa sometime and talking about hypnosis? And then I think we could even talk about Reiki on a separate occasion. Sure. Teresa, if that's something that interests you.
100%. I hope to start my own YouTube channel. So watching you and watching Spanx and watching a whole bunch of other folks, my courage is like here.
And I think great. You would do great.
Oh, thank you. So
absolutely,
it's something that I want to do, and really I feel called to do. And I have options for people that have also physical ailments and things like I'm just dying to share with people. And really? So, anyway, I'd be happy to.
That would be awesome, Teresa. So I can reach out to you on your Facebook. Let me see if I can find you, if y'all can bear with me for a second.
Yes, you can find me. Otherwise, I'm happy to post my phone number because it's my business number. So it's not like, unless people are going to be saucy and send me inappropriate messages.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
You never know. You never know.
Yeah, you never know what people would do. So I would save that for when they contact you through Facebook, and then share it with them that way. It's much safer.
Okay.
Babies have reach, by the way.
I know. Look at this little one.
This is my grandson. This
is
Axel. This is the last one to have been born.
Okay.
I have another one on the way, but I can't tell anybody.
We won't tell anybody. It's your secret. We'll all keep it.
Oh,
But
it's
this is
making me
from
love
our
it.
youngest son.
Do you have oh gosh, is it like
Hang on.
a little Facebook is wanting me to like confirm and verify and
Oh, do
input
I have to
passwords and
confirm you?
stuff?
I might have to confirm you. Hold on. Let me go to Facebook and see if you're trying
I
to
didn't
get
trust him.
in. And
Yeah, until I turned my back on him.
all right. That's not working.
I don't know. It's telling me that it's sending me an authentication code, but I don't see it coming through here.
Okay, I'm not really sure about an authentication code because people
Yeah.
have joined. But Tara, I'll send you an email.
That
All
would be
right?
awesome. Do you want me
Send
to
you an
post
email.
it? It's
Yeah.
Tara Smiling at Yahoo. I'll put it in
Okay.
the chat for you.
All right,
That would be
great.
great. Yeah, send me an email. Bear with me as I'm so behind on emails right now. There's
No,
like
that's okay. I mean,
there's
I'm not-
several that are like really important that I get to, and people are like, I sent you an email, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I've been so busy. So, but I want you to know that like it's important to me that we connect, and so I will prioritize getting to your email as soon as I possibly can. I have a
my
friend.
name, so it's it's not like it says Lilibet something. It's Teresa.Baldassare, so you'll know it's me.
Cool. Awesome. I have just full disclosure. I have a friend coming into town tomorrow, staying through Monday, so I might not be able to get to it before then. But
it's fine. I'm going to see my dad tomorrow, and I have some things to do. So next week is fine, and at your convenience because you're in a different time zone. So right now for me it's 8:06 p.m. So whatever works for you. I have flexibility.
Awesome.
Night.
I'm so excited that you decided to come up tonight. It's really cool to see your face. And so now I'll have like a face to put to a name when I see you around.
She has a beautiful face.
Yes, you do.
Thank you.
And a beautiful energy also, which makes total sense based on the things that you're into.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So on that note, folks, I have so much that I still have to do before my friend gets here tomorrow. So I do want to wrap this up. Is there anything else that y'all want to share tonight? I don't want to cut you off if you have something really important to share.
Just that I'd like to join the Reiki talk.
Okay.
Absolutely.
If you don't mind.
Not at all.
Yeah. If that's awesome. If that's I would be happy to host it here. And if that's what we end up going with, which kind of seems like it, amongst other things, that will be one thing that happens that Teresa works on. I see a lot coming in the future for Teresa. I will schedule that one ahead of time, and it'll have the word Reiki in the title. So just keep an eye out for that. It probably, it's not going to be in June, but hopefully sometime, July, August, sometime this summer, hopefully we can make that happen.
Great. I'd be happy to. So, all right.
Awesome.
And I'll sign off. I'm going to send you that email with my information, and look forward to talking to you and anyone else that wants to talk.
Awesome. That sounds great. Teresa, I'll be looking forward to it. And thanks again for coming in.
You're welcome. Thanks, guys. Bless you all.
See ya.
Tara, it's so great to see you. I've missed you.
I've missed you too. It's nice to see you come in here. Is there, Tony, before we wrap this up, is there anything else besides you wanting to partake in the Reiki conversation? Anything else that you wanted to share?
Not really. Just, doing my thing.
Yeah.
Trying to recover from, I think, a stomach bug. Started Sunday, and it's now Wednesday, and I'm still kind of... So...
What is the deal with everybody getting sick right now? There's so many people and animals. Carol was just talking about her goats are sick.
Summer flus, summer sickness.
Ugh.
It happens. I think it comes in cycles. I've seen people get sick in the wintertime for like a while, and then it flips to the summertime, and just
Mm.
depends.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it depends on where you live.
Did you see Ben? He's like, I like cheese and pie and pizza. And then Artem is like, I like cheese too. Cheese is wonderful. So now we're talking about cheese and pies and pizzas.
Well, I make pies.
What kind of pies?
Name one.
Pumpkin?
Yep.
Apple?
Yep.
Blueberry?
Yep.
Cherry?
Yep.
Is there any kind of pie you don't make?
Nope.
Do you make cheesecake?
Yep.
Nice. Very nice.
You name it, I could make it, because I make my own crust from scratch. So it's like super flaky.
That sounds so good. You know what I've been wanting to do is make a sourdough crust.
Ooh, I bet that would come out really good.
I know, I've never done it before, so I got to prepare to fail a few times before I get it right, you know?
So, FYI, when you're making your sourdough crust, okay, of course, you have to use lard, because that's what helps
I don't
keep
eat
everything
pork.
together.
I don't eat pork. Could I use beef tallow instead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some sort of a tallow.
Okay.
But use tallow and some butter. Like, do half and half between the tallow and the butter. It gives it that buttery flavor, but it still gives it that stickiness that it needs.
Okay.
And then you have to make sure that you cut that into the flour mixture really good, so that they're like little pea size. So you can cut it with a fork, but I usually suggest getting a pie cutter, a crust cutter. I don't know if you know what that looks like.
Yeah, with the it's like wavy.
Well, it looks like a hoop.
Yeah.
Half
Okay.
hoop or a half circle, and it's got sharp little tines on it, and it's got a handle, and you just cut.
Okay, I don't know that.
It cuts the.
What
it's
is
a
that
pastry
called?
cutter. It's a
Pastry cutter.
Pastry cutter, and what it does is it allows you to cut the lard and the butter into the flour.
Okay.
And it makes it easier to cut it in. And then once those are pea size, that's when you would add some of your sourdough starter, but not a lot at a time, because if you add too much, then it'll become too doughy or too watery. So you have to, because what you're going to do is you're going to use your sourdough starter instead of water as the other part to it, and that's what'll make it the sourdough.
Right on. You know, I'm going to be reporting back if and when I get to it. Zaphod Beeblebrock said Zarkenberry. Do you make Zarkenberry pie?
If I could find Zarkenberries, yes, I could make Zarkenberry pie.
She would if she could find it. Artem's doing fine. He's pretty sure he's fine. Wants to know how Ben is. I hate to cut off the conversation, but I have to finish all of my tasks. You know, I'm like cooking food before my friend comes here, and I got to do all that. I got to sweep and mop too before the night's over. So,
well, don't stress yourself out over it. Just do what you can do. Whatever is left is left.
Yeah, true.
And just accept it for what it is. Okay. True. Don't push yourself, because that's when we tend to wear ourselves out, not only physically but mentally, and we tend to throw ourselves into areas we shouldn't be throwing ourselves. So just do what you can do. Do a to-done list, not a to-do list.
A to-done list. That's right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pop some I'm going to pop these headphones in, because these are the ones that plug into my phone. I'm going to put on a Spotify playlist and just jam out while I finish up my chores, and then hopefully get to bed early so I can drive
some rest
to the airport.
Yeah, get some rest. Yeah. Get some rest.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my pleasure. You know, I love coming on with you.
Oh, man, John Mendoza just got here. Hey, John Mendoza, we are wrapping it up. I've got lots of things that I need to take care of this evening. I'm going to enjoy the journey. I hope that y'all do the same. If life is throwing you lemons right now, you know what you got to do. What do you got to do, Tony?
Lemonade.
That's it. That's it. Okay, folks. Well, it has been a pleasure as always. Are you out of here, Tony?
I'm out of here. I'm going to let you close out.
Thank you so much. I'll see you later.
Welcome.
So John Mendoza says, you'll be watching Yellowstone. I will be cooking and cleaning this evening. I wish I had an apron, folks. I need an apron. Artem, Tara, you doing this again next Wednesday? I am doing it again next Wednesday. Proudly ignorant. This is the first Wednesday night stream that I will, well, you probably remember, I was hosting Wednesday night streams a few months ago. I was doing Monday, Wednesday. I stopped that, went to just Mondays. Now I'm going to Wednesdays. So yeah, this is the first, hopefully a series of Wednesdays. I might start going randomly throughout the week too, but I would like to stay consistent with Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Now, my work schedule might interfere with that at some point in time, but the navigation center that I'm working at closes at 2 o'clock p.m. So I think I'll be able to rush home before 4 o'clock. No problem. So that was a long-winded answer to your question, Artem. Yes, I will be doing this again next Wednesday. Throw them back with higher FPS. I wish I knew what FPS stand for. Do you want a homemade apron? Oh my gosh. Or any apron? I would love any apron, but a homemade apron would be like the bee's knees, or the bee's appendages, as my friend likes to say. The bee's knees. Oh, feet per second. Okay, I got to look back at Ben's comment. Throw them back with higher feet per second. Throw what back? I missed it. So, oh, I missed a comment from Ben. So happy finally losing weight and inflammation again. That's super exciting. Throw them back with higher feet per second. I wish I got it. I don't get it. Oh, the lemons. Throw them back. I think I need to eat some dinner, folks. With that, if you want to get a hold of me, bear with me while I work through the emails that I am behind on. I will be getting back to those as soon as possible, probably next Tuesday. Starting next Tuesday, I'll be able to hop back on and get caught up with my emails. So bear with me as I get caught up. I appreciate your patience. I appreciate y'all coming. I just popped my email into the chat. It's good to see you too, Ben. Very, very nice to see you. If you want to email me. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And until next time, it has been a pleasure speaking with you as always. Vicky sends her love. Look, she's doing so good right now. And Oscar is so proud of you. If there's a milestone that you are celebrating and didn't communicate, then Oscar congratulates you. I love you all very much. Thank you so much for joining. Steve Gonzalez in the house right as I'm signing off. I hope you're well and blessed too, Steve. It's always nice to see you roll through here. I'm glad at least I caught the end of this. See you next Wednesday. Yep, I will be here next Wednesday. I love you all very much, and I hope to talk to you soon.